one thing about me, when I do these reaction videos, I give credit where credit is due. Y'all, in the description will be the name of these people TikTok, so you can go over there if you want to and basically listen to their story times. But without further ado, my name is Shaneria. This is Talking Crime. On this channel, we do reaction videos. So if you like drama, if you like tea, heck, if you just like to hear somebody else's story, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button, hype me up, like the channel, and share to help me get out in the algorithm. If you already did it, if you already subscribed to this channel and you be hyping me up, you be commenting, thank you very much. But without further ado, let's get straight into today's reaction video.
I was just sitting here admiring myself, and I'm just like, I literally overly played. So quick little story time. I was dealing with this dude. I explained it already, but I ended up taking the video down because I felt like it was too explicit. I'm gonna try to skim the story up, but give y'all the main point of the story. So in the beginning of us talking, and mind you, we have not been talking long. Like, even if we was talking right now, it has not been that long. I believe it was going on 2 months. So I asked this man, mind y'all, I asked this man repeatedly, do you want to be with me? Or do you just want to mess with each other? We have sex, whatever. We chill, travel, get money together, whatever. I'm that type of female. I love making money. So he like, no, I want you to be my girlfriend. When I heard that, I'm like, he just talking. So a lot of stuff I try to look over. For one, he loves to be outside. Like, even if I'm not with him, he loves to be outside. He would know my reaction to him being outside and still be like, okay, well, I'm finna go love you with this and that. He was never considerate. He didn't really care if I had an attitude or if I was sad. He would ask, and then when I explain, and I try not to explain too much because I feel like I was nagging, he would just be like he brushing under the rug, and he'd just be like, okay, like, he'll nearly get mad at me. So a lot of times I just got quiet. It just got too toxic, y'all. So the first time it ever got physical, he had me around girls that he was texting saying that he was gonna do this and that with. Mind you, he was telling me that, man, this man had like over 15 homegirls. I kid y'all not. He telling me that all these girls is really his friends, either from school, from childhood, whatever. He been knowing it for the longest. He don't even look at them like that. The messages proved otherwise. So I'm getting into it with females and stuff like that because he's lying, of course, saying like, oh yeah, they're on there with me. It's nothing like that. I'm just trying to do this and that. I'm trying to get them to let me, you know, pop their banks and whatever and whoop-de-whoop. It's all about money. It's business. So I'm very much swift and equipped. I'm not stupid. Everybody knows this. I'm not dumb. But like I said, I really wasn't trying to like do too much. But I ain't gonna lie, when I went through that phone, it wasn't what he did, it's how he reacted. So I woke him up out of his sleep and I'm like, so you definitely lied to me, like, talk to me. He was like, what are you talking about? So when I started explaining to him what I was talking about, he said, cut my light off, I'm going to sleep. I kid y'all not, true story, I fractured my hand from hitting him out of sleep. So he got up, he hit me back, whatever. He got that one, he bruised my lip, whatever. Get into it real bad, you know. He like, oh, whoop, get out. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving. Like, really, you don't care about me, whoop. So he ended up telling me to stay. And then when I woke up, it was another girl outside. So he go outside to the car with the girl. I get in the car. He don't say nothing to me. All he said was, did you take any of my belongings at my house? I'm like, no. Like, what are you talking about? So right after that, the girl that he was with posted on his story saying, I'm just his homegirl, whoop, y'all don't come for me, this and that. I didn't say nothing to her. I didn't even look at the girl. I got in the car because, like, I'm not worried about you. Like, if that's what he was going to do, go do it. At this point, I'm like, I was just overly hurt. So down the line, just to sum all that up, I'm just finding out like a lot of stuff with the girls that he quote unquote been knowing since he was a kid is nothing like that, that he did something with them, or you know, stuff just kept surfacing. I kept getting into it with females on my behalf. Of course, I'm texting them, I'm saying this and that, whatever, whoop, like I won't smoke about the nigga, whatever, whoop. Never again in life. But yeah, so as time is going by, we literally like steady getting into it. I'm leaving, he calling me to come back, he telling me he love me, he don't want to lose me, this and that. I'm not falling for it. I'm trying to see his character the whole time. I'm a Libra. I'm the type, like, I want to see how you really operate so I can know how to move. So is this real? Are you confused? Is it mixed emotions? Because he's very much young. He's younger than me. He's 3 years younger than me. I'm 24. So I'm like, I'm just trying to see like what's what and what's not what. So fast forward up until really now, how all this all started. I asked him, can I go through his phone? He was like, no, what you trying to go through my phone for? Like, you just want problems. I'm like, no, I want to see what's going on, because I had literally just caught him in his lie. So he showed me his messages between him and his girl that he slept with a while ago, that he had shake my hand in the club, that he gave a ride home from the club he deleted their messages, and he's showing me, and I'm just like, bro, you really playing in my face. I kept my composure. Let it be. So I'm like, go through my phone. I'm gonna go through your phone. He making excuses saying, what have you deleted stuff? I'm like, I have not deleted nothing. Like, I promise you I have not deleted nothing. Like, after today, I won't ask to go through your phone. After today, this will not be a thing. Let's just be out in the open with each other. He literally, like, got out my car. So I get out the car. I push him a few times, whatever. It got physical once again on both ends. He jump in my car. He try to leave me. We get to his house. He drive my car all crazy. We get to the house. I'm trying to get my stuff at the house. He tripping. He cursing me out. He telling me I don't need nothing at his house. He just tripping with himself. I'm like, wow, he really did all this behind the phone. Like, I hope he not gay. Nah, let me stop playing. But like, he really did all that behind the phone. So he was just saying, like, I just want problems. I'm toxic, this and that, whatever. Trying to play the blame game. Whole time to sum all that up, he definitely was doing stuff he had no business, of course. I didn't have to see it to know this. So he told me to pull up, let's talk. Our mutual friend trying to get us to talk. I'm like, I don't want to talk because if he cared about me, this wouldn't even be a thing right now. We could have just been transparent with each other. So he's like, I'm gonna let you see the phone, but let's talk first. I'm like, why do I have to wait? So the friend had already laced me up on what was going on before I even pulled up, which I already knew. So I'm like, no, I'm done. You'll never see me again. Whoopty whoop. The night before that, I did tell him I was gonna go sleep with somebody else, but that's because I was trying to see how he was gonna react. So to sum all that up, he posted on Instagram that he was at peace now in a bed watching Netflix, not at his house. So I'm like, okay, he with a female. The next day, he go out to eat with a female. He took the picture of the girl across the table from him. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I post him eating my coochie on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie. So he laughing like, baby, you supposed to charge everybody for that. Like, he texting me like, you're not supposed to show that for free and wooty woo. Nobody saw nothing really. They just saw him eating my coochie. So I'm going back and forth with him. He trolling me, whatever. So he was like, take it down. I want to talk to you. Let's get back together. I love you, wooty woo. I'm not knowing that around this time that he actually slept with the girl, I'm assuming. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take it down. I'm at the pawn shop filling out papers. He texts me talking about some, oh, B this, H this, like, whoopty whoop, I'm not messing with you, watch this, I'm finna show you, I'm finna really make you mad. First of all, let's rewind. He put it on his daughter that he did not sleep with nobody. He said that he went to a restaurant with a group of people. No, he did not. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna delete it, whatever. Now what? Like, is we gonna work this out? He like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, how we gonna do this? I'm coming to you, you coming to me. He was like, come to me. So I went to his house. I sat out there for hours and waited on him. He pulled up. He told me that he was with his friend that came from out of town. He ain't seen him in a while. That's what took him so long, this and that. As he's with the friend, I'm calling him. He not trying to answer the phone. He like, man, stop calling me, whoopty whoop. I don't need my phone to die. Whatever he said. I'm already knowing it's BS. So I'm trying to be calm because I'm trying to figure things out. So he pulled up. I'm like, what you been doing? He was like, I told you what I was doing. So I was like, did you sleep with that girl that you posted? He said, bro, no. And I was with a group. I told you that, this and that. So he asked to smell in between my legs. I said, I ain't gonna lie, like, what I've been walking around all day, but you can. He was like, never mind. I said, matter of fact, let me smell you. It's like he already knew what was gonna happen. So he was like, nah, what you want to smell me for, this and that? I'm like, man, let me smell you. So he go in the house, grab some stuff, come back because he's supposed to spend the night with me. So I sneakily go in his pants anyway. I'm like, give me a hug, go in his pants, smell it. It smelled like flowers, like perfume. So he said he sprayed his sister Dutch spray on him because he been sweating for the last 3 days and he has not bathed. So I already knew that was a lie. He came to my house. He came over, mind you, before this. He like, oh, I'm horny. I ain't had sex since the last time I had sex with you. Telling on himself, baby, I'm not dumb. I read between all that. We get to my house. He get in the bed. He facing the wall. So I'm like, bro, like, what? So I get up. I'm walking around. I got an attitude. I'm stumping. He like, you got an attitude for what? I told you if you was gonna be on it, I'm finna go. He just know I will put my hands on him. That's all that was. So he left, cool, whatever. He texts me the next day, baby, let's just talk. Whoop, whoop. I said, if you gonna be honest with me, we can talk. So he was like, I'm gonna be honest, this and that. So I said, did you sleep with her? He kept saying no. He said on his daughter, he have not slept with nobody. I go to the restaurant that they went to because he posted the location. I asked this lady, I'm like, ma'am, I'm trying to find a police report. You know, me and my boyfriend got into it bad with the whoop, you know. He stole my stuff, whatever. I'm just freestyling. Show her a picture. She like, yeah, he was on a date yesterday. I said, you sure he wasn't with a group? She said, no, it was just him and a girl. They was sitting right here at this table, matter of fact. So he finally, like, when I asked him, like, did you really go on a date? He was like, yes, I'm sorry for lying, whatever. I was like, so did you sleep with her? Still lying. He's saying no. He's swearing up and down he didn't. He finally said yes. Cool. Meet up with him. He like, I'm finna call her and cut her off in front of you. He did this before, and I didn't know literally until now that, you know, it was BS. So the girl that he called wasn't even a girl because I looked at the phone and I put the number in my phone, put it on Cash App, went to his following on Instagram. He followed her. Before I put up, he said, I unfollowed her and everything. You ain't got to worry about that. He was like, I'm not going to give you information because I know how you are. That girl not going to fight you, whoop-de-whoop. So I was a little toe up that night. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that was not the same girl. So I go home, I sleep on, and I wake up, I pull up to his house, his phone dead. I'm like, can I talk to you? So the night before this conversation, he cried in my arms, boo-hoo cried. His sister walk up like, what's wrong with you? I ain't never seen you crying with this and that. He like, it's just everything. He like, Bree, please don't leave me. Like, I love you. You really care about me. You the first girl to actually, listen to me and speak to me and this and that. Girls don't be caring about that. Once again, I'm trying to see something. So I asked him the next day, like, did you lie to me? Like, you said you're gonna be honest from this day forward. You said you're gonna be nothing but honest. He was like, I don't know how that's not that girl number. I don't know. I'm not unblocking her to call her. You call her. I'm like, I called her. She ain't answer. He was like, you stuck on this. You stuck on a B. I'm like, no, I'm stuck on our relationship. You said you love me. You said you want to fix it. Let's fix it. So he like, man, I'm finna go pull up later. I said, oh yeah, you finna go with her, huh? He was like, man, I ain't finna do this, and walked off. So before I knew it, I sprayed him because I'm like, who do he think I am? Let me know if y'all want a part 2. I really ain't mean to talk that long, but it's like,
you definitely overly played because it was so many signs, but yet you still wanted to be in that toxic situation. Like, this boy was literally telling you who he is without speaking. That's enough. Pulling up with bitches coming to where you at, you get in a car with bitches and they know they slept with him, was overly doing it. Like, you put yourself in a situation that not only made you look silly, but also things could have happened to you because you running behind a 304. Pretty much. 15 girls, probably counting, and you were still willing to plead for him to be honest with you while still questioning him, while he's still doing it in your face. Not only that, tagging you in stuff or posting on his story just so you can see it. But what gets me is you was so stuck on being in this relationship with him that your self-worth was being trashed. And eventually, like, it's no need to compensate with that person. The things that he was doing said enough. It said enough. And not only that, when you posted that video of him doing that to you and he came back with, oh, you should charge, that should have let you know right there, this nigga don't care 2 motherfucking fucks, because he would have been bothered by you posting that video. He would have been bothered.
Okay, before I get into part 2, let me clear some stuff up. When I said me and we're talking for not even probably, it was about to be 2 months. I mean, like, that's when we really, like, we're linking and stuff like that because he was in jail. But when he was in jail, we were talking for months, but like on and off. But that still don't count either, but I'm just clearing that part up. Like, I knew who he was. It ain't like I just met him and stuff like that. I met him back like last year in October. And also, y'all all saying like, oh yeah, the signs were there, you should have known this and that, whatever. Okay, let me get into this part 2. Basically, like I said, when that night, when he was crying to me before I sprayed him, we had a conversation. I pulled up. He was like, I'm about to call the girl. He told me before I got there that he had deleted her number. No, he had deleted her off Instagram. He wasn't giving me her number because he felt like I will fight her. And he know I am. So when I got there, I was like, he was on the phone telling her, like, out of respect for my gal, like, we can't do nothing, whatever, we not doing nothing no more. He was like, okay, it's good, I guess. I was like, put your face in the camera. But I was being so serious. I was like, I'm trying to see if you pretty or not. Like, I'm not being funny. I was tipsy. But she was like, I look a mess. Like, you the pretty one, this and that. So I got the number. I told y'all what I did, whatever, with the number. Then I came back and then I asked him straight up. And because he said the night before that, he was like, I'm going to be 100% like honest. Like, I'm never going to lie to you again. Whatever the case may be. I'm going to tell you the truth if you ask me. You can't be mad at the truth. So when I seen that that was not the same girl that he posted, and I looked on the Cash App and I looked on Instagram, I told him, so who is this girl? Because that's not the same girl. He was like, he just kept shrugging his shoulders. So I said, if you don't know, I said, did you make her lie? Or did you call somebody else? Or did she call from somebody else's number? He kept saying, no, No. I said, you swear? That's the honest to God truth. He said, yes. So I said, call her. He was like, you call her. I was like, why would I call her? Like, and I've been calling her. She didn't answer. He was like, you stuck on a female. Like, you stuck on this. I said, no, I'm stuck on fixing our relationship. You literally just cried in my arms and said, don't leave you. And that you were not going to lie no more. So he's like, man, I don't want to do this. Like, can you just leave? Can you come back later? Whatever. He's going to go chill this partner. Like I said, boom, then I sprayed him. So that happened around 11:10 that morning. So later through the day, his sister texted me like around 5 p.m. Like, she was like, why did you try to mace him? So if her approach was different, I feel like I would never got into it with her, because I get what she was saying. They all live with their family. So him, her, she his older sister. I think she like 26. Him, her, his people, like his auntie, his homeboy, cousin, whatever, mom, dad, they all stay in one house. So it's not his house, which I understand. And I did apologize to his mama before when we got into it. And I'm like, I'm not going to ever disrespect y'all house again. I did say that. She hit me like, why you trying to make him? I'm like, you know your brother. Mind you, me and his sister have had conversations about him. Because she would approach me and say, well, he don't tell me what's going on. He ain't tell me what happened. Like, what happened? Or I tell her what happened. And she was like, the only thing I can say, because it's her brother, which I get it, is that he need to start being honest. I tell him that. She was like, but he's young, he's not ready for commitment, blah, blah, blah. So I tell her, like, you know how your brother is. Like, don't come asking me nothing. You know how he is. You know the things he do. That's your brother. She like, oh, well, my message to you is, like, don't come around our house doing that no more. Da, 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 whoop, this and that. I'm like, I didn't do it, like, directly in front of your house. I was in the street. I was parked in the street. I wasn't even parked in your yard. Basically, she was saying, like, she don't care about none of that. Like, don't come over there doing that no more, whoopty whoop. And she was like, you know a man is going to want his cake and eat it too. As a woman, you should know when to walk away. You should know when a man is, you know, whatever, doing this and that, and that he not going to be committed to you and this and that. So I'm like I said, I understand the part where she was saying don't disrespect their house. Got it. And I was telling her, like, I don't care. I'll do it again. Like, if you play with me, I'll do it again, because I would in reality. But I'm telling her, like, it's never even going to be a next time. So really, it's like, you steady texting me, like, kind of hostile or checking me. I don't play that. I don't take none of that lightly. So I'm basically telling her, like, I don't care what you talking about. Like, if you're not talking about fighting, stop texting me. Because everything I said something to, she kept saying something back. And she was just like, I should know better. She trying to put me on game. I'm like, I don't care about none of that. So she was like, you know where I be and whoopty whoop.
At the end of the day, your brother know too. So why would you call a woman that you already know that your brother is playing in face and say, oh, don't come back around here doing that no more, blah, blah, blah. I understand that that's your brother. Of course, don't spray no fucking mace in my brother's face. But at the end of the day, bitch, your brother should know right from wrong also. He should know not to play with women, because that could cost him his life or something even worse other than mace in the face. You need to talk to your brother and tell your brother to take a fucking chill pill, because nowadays these females don't play. They crazy. And the younger they are, they even more crazy when you play with their feelings. Like, ain't nobody taking that like lightly no more. So the base was being lucky, technically. Calling and checking that woman that you know he literally playing in face is crazy word. Crazy word. Because that's your brother. That's your blood. Check him. Tell him stop bringing people around that he know he gonna play with their feelings with. And then when they get mad, it's gonna be something extra that he gonna get y'all involved in, because y'all his brother at the end of the day. Check your brother. Tell him stop bringing people around, doing what he be doing. And then when push come to shove, y'all gotta have his back. Tell your brother to leave her alone since he can't be honest. Like, it's a lot of things you can tell your brother, but yeah, you on the phone texting the girl he playing with in her face all of this stuff, like that's your sister. And you know they young. You know she young. So of course, like, she gotta live and learn. So right now, the stuff that your brother doing to her, she having to think that, like, this her journey. This is the journey God had for her. Of course, yes. In the beginning, I said that he didn't have to say nothing to show you that he was playing in your face. But again, they were young and she was learning, and now she knows.
She was like, you know where I be, you know what time I get off. Like, come fight me at my house. You always come over here. So I told her, I'm not finna play with you. Because at the end of the day, she's saying, oh, I'm not police. You must think I'm his baby mama. I ain't gonna call no police on you. That's what she was telling me. So I'm like, first of all, I don't care who you is. And I ain't even tell y'all about that. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, to stay on topic, I told her, like, girl, I'm not pulling up to your house because they all stay in one house. So the mama, the daddy, anybody can call on me. The auntie, they stay in one house. And I'm like, anybody can call the laws on me. Like, I can be disturbing the peace. I can walk on y'all property, any of that. I literally just got out probation for not just an assault, but, I had caught 2 other charges, but it stemmed from my assault. I had so many assaults, it's not even funny. So I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Like, we can either meet at a park or you work on my side of town, we can meet. She was like, I'm not meeting with you. I'm too grown for that. I'm not doing all that, whatever, with the whoop. I can't even take you serious. She was laughing, whatever, cool. That was dead. So I ain't even tell y'all, right after he cried to me or whatever, with the whoop, his BM had texted me on TikTok, and she was like, oh, you been knew who I was, whatever. But she came to follow me, and I told her one day, I'm like, what you on? She was like, what are you talking about? Like, I guess she didn't know who I was. She was like, we mutuals now, or maybe she did know, I don't know. So she was like, I seen a video of you posting him in your coochie. She was like, I'm next. He finna eat my coochie and my butt. Like, he literally told me earlier that he was. So I told her I highly doubt it because me and him just got back together, but we wasn't together for the past few days. So, I mean, she stopped trolling me for a little bit. She posted me on Instagram, whatever, trying to be funny. Posted a screenshot of one of my TikTok videos, whatever. Then she ended up deleting it. And then, like, the next day when me and him got into it again after I sprayed him, she texted me a video and she was like, your nigga just got taken through there. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, you can have him. He was just sleeping with me. He was just sleeping with another girl. If he just slept with you, baby, y'all need to go to the doctor at this point. Like, I'm cool off it. I don't even care. So she laughing and stuff like, oh, I thought y'all was just together and this, that, and the third and whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. Like, what was she saying? She was just saying a whole bunch of nothing, basically. And the night before that, she was saying a whole bunch of nothing. Like, basically talking about fighting, but she another one that I really don't even, like, I don't care for it because, like, I put my hands on you, I know what's going to happen. And they kept telling me that everybody has something to say about her. But it's like, I don't care for the girl. She was just on my TikTok yesterday. I blocked her. Like, I'm not dealing with all that. But to sum everything up, basically, like, me and him don't talk. I blocked his number finally. I wasn't going to block his number because I usually be kind of waiting, for that. Like, to see if a nigga gonna reach out and maybe I could be strong enough not to respond. But I was like, nah, I'm just finna block his number. Because I know me, and I've been blocked his Instagram. He been blocked my Instagram. So it's like, me and him don't talk at all. Like, people be come back telling me stuff or asking me this and that. I tell them what happened. And like I said, like, yeah, I knew better. Of course I knew better. But it's like, I be want to see stuff for myself. Especially if somebody, like, crying to me, telling me this and that, telling me they story, telling me like how, they financial problems and stuff like that, and this and that, and how they can't focus and whoop-de-whoop. Okay, I'm gonna try to be there for you. That's why I kept saying we can be friends. I kept telling him that. He kept saying no. He kept saying, no, I don't want to be a friend. No, I want to be with you. No, I'm going to do right. I promise I'm going to do right. All this extra shit. But yeah, all that shit, that's over with. And if I miss anything, y'all let me know.
Okay, when she said she knew better, but she just wanted to see stuff for herself, baby girl, what did you want to see for yourself? You already had saw. Like, everything. Getting in a car with a woman that he had messed with, and him having you speak and shake hands to another girl that he had messed with, and you seeing him at that restaurant with another girl and asking one of the workers, was he there the day before? All of that was you seeing, and you still didn't move on. But I'm glad you graduated and left him alone, because you deserve better. Like, who want to be with somebody that's dating all these females, or not even dating, messing with all these females, and still got his baby mama sitting up here beefing with a young lady when his baby mama know he ain't shit either? And she talking about fighting everybody's man. She want to fight you over everybody's man. It's crazy word.
Okay, this is not a part 3. This is just me clearing a few things up, and then I'm done with the parts. When I said he would try to manipulate me into believing things, and I said, but I'm smart, everybody knows that I'm not dumb, I literally meant he could not manipulate me. him trying to get me to believe that 1 + 2 was 5 and the letter A comes out the F was not happening. I'm not stupid. That's what I meant. As in, I knew that much, that it was signs there and I didn't want to take heed to the signs and just get up and walk away. I wanted to actually catch him in the act. That's all I meant by that. Yeah, everybody can say I'm dumb and I'm stupid and I stayed. I get it. We all been there. A lot of us been there, but a lot of y'all are still there. So let's just say that. A lot of y'all are kissing the ground that men walk on to just say that y'all have a man. A lot of men manipulate y'all into believing that y'all are the problem and that your mind is playing tricks on you. That's what I meant by I'm not dumb, I'm not stupid. I knew what he was trying to do. I just didn't want to let go. That's why I was okay with us being cool. Even after you did me dirty, I was okay with us having a friendship. Like I said, everybody been there, done that. You know, I'm growing every day. What I can say is that situation made me really open my eyes and say, you know what, it's time to stop playing. I'm getting too up in age to tolerate anything or think that I can do this and that to a person and it's going to change them. I knew better. I know. I gotta stop acting like y'all never been there before, or that y'all are in that right now at this very moment. A lot of y'all don't know me, but baby, like I said, I'm a Libra. I would never date that man again in life. Sitting up here lying saying that I would never, sleep with him or anything if he ever approached me. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do know, I would never be with him. I have enough self-respect for myself and self-love to not go back to nothing like that. Like I said, we growing every day. Everybody goes through something. A lot of women would never have the strength to just be like, you know what, okay, I'm completely done. They would die without a man. A lot of y'all need a man. I knew I never needed him. I knew the stuff that he was doing, I was too pretty for it. I knew that. What always matters is the presence and now. A lot of y'all wouldn't even have the strength. Y'all don't like being exposed. Y'all wouldn't be able to handle the exposure of what's going on and get on here and say what's going on. I know a lot of people will engage, and I appreciate y'all for the engagement and saying that I'm pretty in my TikTok videos. I know a lot of people would engage. Sometimes I don't be having people to talk to, and when I do have people to talk to, they be hypocrites. I don't be wanting to hear that. That's why I posted it. I'm not ashamed of nothing. I know who I am. I live in my truth, like I said in one of my videos. I know who I am. A lot of y'all are living in disguise. I know who I am. That's why I got on here and said what I said. That's why the title says I overly played myself. Not he played me. Not he broke my heart. Now I got played by a nigga. I overly played myself. I'm very fully aware of what was what, and I'm fully aware that I'm never doing that again. And I appreciate all the feedback, whether it was good or bad, but I just have to get on here and say that, and I'm done with the parts.
Okay, I don't feel like she's dumb. I feel like this was her life journey and a life lesson. I feel like she knew better and she knew she could do better, and then finally she decided that she needed to do better by getting on with her life. At the end of the day, I feel like she did overly play herself. When she found out the first time, she should have walked away. At the end of the day, people go through things. People have experienced things. And not one time that person was dumb, unless they just kept going for years and years and years and years. Now it's getting ridiculous. Now it's getting dumb, because now you're in a situation that you knew better and decided not to do better. A lot of people have been through life experiences, and that's okay. It's their life experience. And at the end of the day, she shared her story, and I'm happy that she shared her story, because this story could help somebody else. And that's why I have this reaction channel, because somebody else's story can help somebody else. Somebody else could be going through this same situation and trying to figure out how to get out of it. And just hearing words of encouragement, girl, guy, you can do better. God has a better way, a better plan for you. This is just a lesson. If only one person hear that and change the whole situation, it's helping somebody. So of course people get up here and share their stories, and to me it's helpful to the next person. And it's okay if people don't think that, but to me, I think that. And I am proud of her for blocking him and moving forward with her life without him. Let that baby mama keep fighting over him with all these women. Let him still be immature and playing women and see what it cost him in the future. Let his sister keep defending a situation that she should be literally telling her brother is not okay. Let the whole family just continue to stay together and you leave them alone. This was her lesson, and she learned her lesson, and now she realized and know her worth, and he's cut off. You guys, drop down in the comment section what you think about this story. Don't forget to like. If you are new here, hype me up. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Join the family. And if you are returning, we cool because you back and you watching another video. So like, hype me up, share this video, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.